Ladies and gentlemen, people wouldn't think it's me and Ray unless we started the show with, are we live?
Yeah.
Are you worried about this microphone?
I'm worried about it. I have to reset it.
Listen, people know how we roll.
Yeah, we just winging it.
Tell us in the chat if you can hear a damn thing.
Yeah, I think it's good, but you have Neil has neck fat, so you know.
Yeah. Troublesome neck fat.
Yeah, that is true.
Creates problems with any live feed. Plus, biblical storm, Ray.
Biblical storm.
Terrible weather.
I think it's kind of fitting.
It is.
For the event.
Thunder and lightning, indoors and out.
Hey, it's going to be epic. November 11th, 2023. Forever will be known in the history of arm wrestling with the main event. And there's way more matches. I think this will be biblical event.
It really will.
Yeah.
15 years in the making. Ray was actually a young-looking sperm at the time when this match was first talked about.
Yeah.
It's not true. He's 35 years old. 46 years old, Ray.
Yeah.
Joking aside, though, mate, what a card.
Amazing.
I mean, a lot of guys coming into this that some of the people who are regular viewers of East versus West won't have seen before, but whose pedigree is unquestionable. I think we should probably start there.
Yeah. So
in the men's, let's go men's middleweight first of all, because the reason I want to do this is because it could be pivotal on something else that we're going to see later on. Sasho Andreev of Bulgaria. And he will face Artem Tainov of Russia. For those people who don't know Artem Tainov, this is one of the most explosive, exciting guys in the game. Tell us a little bit about this lad.
Artem Tainov, just lightning speed, power, technique, precision. Like, that's what I would say. Like, to define him down would be those things. Absolute character. Believes in himself and his abilities like no one else on this card, in my opinion. He was 100% sure. He was like, maybe I even hold Sasho in a hook at the end. We'll see. He is the last guy to beat Sasho with the left arm. And right now, I don't know who's favorite in this one.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because we saw, you look at Sasho when he came into the event and everybody was talking about how depleted his other opponent on the night will be, John Brzenk, and how stacked Sasho was looking.
Yeah.
Then in walks Tainov, and you think, wow, the guy is absolutely carved from rock. He looks ridiculous, and as you say, supremely confident. There's a swagger about him here.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
real
you
swagger.
Can see it.
He believes it, and the speed is a weapon. Super important. We'll come to this later on. If this turns into a battle, which it's hard to see it won't, can Sasho recover in time to face Brzenk right-handed?
I think Sasho can, because, you know, he's training with Bulgarian system where Georgi Cvetko just explained, like, last week or a week ago, he was at Sasho's town, and they pulled on some days 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
So he's very ready for that. I guarantee you they are somewhere here warming up already for 5 hours. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's never been a problem for Sasho. And he said he's crazy enough to do things that no one else has done.
And the interesting, unavoidable fact with this is that Sasho is still a puppy. He's still a young man.
Yeah.
This guy's like 26 years of age. It seems like he's been in the sport forever.
Yeah.
He's been racking up the European and world titles, came in with a blaze, won as a junior at the WAF.
Yeah.
As did Artem Tainov. So these guys have followed a very similar path of progression through the sport. They're very different characters.
Very. Sasho has been that guy everyone tries to beat at 90 kilos for forever. And he's still very, very young. And he already, in my opinion, like if he leaves arm wrestling sport today, he's one of the legends of the sport. I don't know, 15, 16 world titles.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Which is insane at that age. I think it's so hard to beat him. And he has, like, the opponent that he's facing is the opponent that beat him. So I think that will kind of play little mind games in his mind. But his mind is very strong. Like yesterday, I was trying to do an interview with him, and he was avoiding me. He was trying to run away. He was like, literally, I found him. I found Georgi. We're walking away, and he's like, I see him sliding away. Georgi, bring him back. He brings him back. We go sit down, and Sasho answers in 2-word sentences, and he speaks pretty much fluent English, but he's like, nah, I'm not going to speak English. He's still character.
The thing with Sasho also is that He has got such a unique style. His whole game is to put the brakes on you.
Yeah.
Tynoff's last win over him was in WAF competition,
Yeah.
was in main draw competition.
2021.
How much harder do you see it being to get through Sasho Andreev 3 times as opposed to once?
That is a very hard challenge, especially like the explosive guys. You can slow them down, right? Straps will slow them down, fatigue will slow them down, and I think Sasho is experienced enough to find a hole in the armor if it fails. Like if the first round goes to Tyno, I believe Sasho he's crazy enough just to lean in with his full power and just find the stopping force like he did in a match with Poland.
Do you think there's going to be any part of his mind that feels like he needs to stay a little bit fresh, needs to arm wrestle a little quicker?
No, I don't think he's holding back. He's Artem Tyno as well as Sasho both are approaching every competition like they said, like Tsiplenko is in the class. Like that's the guy you want to be. That's the guy. There's none of them play for second places. It's just winner takes all.
Now, we'd love to talk about this more, but so many matches on this card and so little time because we're not long.
Let's stay on Sasho a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, it's a perfect tie-in.
Yeah.
His next match of the night, it's the match everybody in arm wrestling wants at some point, that legacy match against the greatest of all time, the perfect storm, John Brzenk, but a different John Brzenk. This guy is lean, shredded. He's lost 30 pounds in body weight, right?
Yeah.
What will that take out of him?
I haven't seen him today. I saw him yesterday. He was a little carved up. He felt good. He said he feels good. You know how John is. John's like, something, and it's... And I hope that he has rehydrated, got a little bit more carbs than used to, maybe had a beer just to calm himself down.
Yeah. Oh, I can assure you he did.
He did, definitely. And John knows what to do. John has been the boogeyman in this class forever. At one point, he was just, again, he like him and Rustam followed the same path where it was just too easy. So you had got to go and fight the big boys. And everyone wanted to see John fighting big boys because he could, because he beat them, right? So John, last time was 2010 when he was at 95 kilos. And even then he said it was kind of hard to cut. He had a little bit more muscle. As this was, he said, well, since I get to the 100, he's like, I could get to 95.
Yeah, he's walking around with abs, looks absolutely shredded, looks fantastic aesthetically.
Yes.
But it does raise questions when you lose weight that quickly, whether you're going to have the endurance when this thing gets difficult.
Yeah.
Now,
or the power.
Everybody's going to believe that the hand and wrist is going to go to John Brzenk.
Yes.
But the power, the top end, will be with Sasho.
Yeah.
In the past, the recent past here, we've seen John struggle with endurance. And you do see this match going to straps, and you do see this turning into a bit of a grinder. Yeah. Is there any chance John can scoop the hand and jump on it? Is that even a thing? Is that possible here, do you think?
I think it's like wear and tear of 40 plus years of arm wrestling, shoulder problems. John doesn't have the mobility he used to have with transitions and everything, but he has the rigid power where he can just overpower. The problem would be if he kind of thinks he could drain Sasho in some of these positions and doesn't advance, right? Where he just can't advance. Then this match will go definitely to Sasho. But I believe the height of the forearm where John is going to make this match go, if John can take Sasho's wrist, which hasn't been done a lot of times, like it's a rare occasion with Sasho, and I haven't seen Sasho pulling without wrist. So that would be like new territory for him. Let's see what happens if that happens. Because I really believe if John can hold the top, he will take the hand. If he cannot hold the top, he will get sucked into the hook.
The interesting thing for me, and I watch for this, guys, I believe you're going to see a little more urgency from John tonight. So many times in John's career, he has looked to draw the thing out, to let the guy arm wrestle in their spot. Not tonight. I don't think so. I think John Brzenk tonight is going to look for the fast finish. I think he's here for himself. I think he wants that title, and I think he's going to look to light up Sasho Andreev quickly, certainly for the first couple of rounds, and put some bullets into him. Mild panic attack there. Thought the roof may fall in on us.
Yeah,
think we're going to live.
We are in a great spot here.
Yeah, that ain't great, is it?
It would be great for the live stream.
If you can see the big shadow swinging across, That's a large iron girder, which is currently being craned up overhead.
So maybe you see a little bit of the stage. Roman, can you show a little bit around?
Yeah.
So this is different setup. This is what is going to happen. So just so you know. So there's going to be fans sitting on both sides of us, right? On right and left. And it's going to be divided between Devin fans and Dennis fans. And in the middle, we have VIPs. So the setup is more personal, more closer. People will have the full experience of arm wrestling. So this is pretty sick, in my opinion. I think this is what arm wrestling needed. When you have emotions on the stage, it's different. You know this, Neil.
Oh,
right?
my word.
When we did Arm Wars and it was the big event with a full crowd, you feed off that energy, right? And everyone knows. Speaking of that match, who is the fan favorite? John Berzang steps in, right? Applause he got yesterday just for the face-off.
It's ridiculous.
Right?
The respect in the room is off the scale, and this place is just buzzing with it. It's funny. John carries that aura wherever he goes.
And it's going to be filled with arm wrestling fans and arm wrestlers.
Now, we need to move forward a little bit. Let's do so. Another world title match for you tonight. This time in the welterweight division. David Samusia. He's been that unstoppable force. He's been the guy that's retained. He was slated to pull Engin Terzi here. 3 weeks ago, the match was changed. Abdulmanov comes in. This is a 2022 WAF World Champion with the Kazakh blistering speed. If you're not familiar with this guy, he is literally a bullet. Tzuyev is criminally fast, and he is going to try and blast this thing to the pad and not give David Samusia a chance to set that powerful hook and utilize the endurance which everybody is so aware he has. How do you see this one going down?
I feel Samusia will test his hook, and if it doesn't, he cannot stop him, cannot fight him there, he will top him. Because interesting moment happened in a press conference when Tzuyev was asked, do you have a plan what happens when you get stopped? Because his hook is very explosive.
Blistering quick, just boom, finish.
Right?
Similar to Talgat.
And he was, at that point, he was like, no, right? In super matches, you expect that if the guys are a little bit even, you're going to get stopped. You're definitely going to get stopped, and it's going to be a battle. So I really don't know who will win in a long match, but Samusia has been nothing but impressive. The most dominant East versus West world champion we have seen. Every match is a spectacle. Like yesterday we did an interview, and he said in that interview, it's not just like, it's like people paid money to see arm wrestling, to see good matches. And he's like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make this into a fight. He's like, I'm trying to fight all of these guys to test myself and to give people what they want. Such underrated. Like we post, because he's such a nice, calm guy.
Super calm.
Yeah.
But there's a real confidence about him now. You feel like he's growing into this promotion. He feels like it's his home. And I wonder whether Tzuyev's going to come in here and be a little bit rabbit in the headlights. This is his first time here. It is a different stage. Tonight of all nights, it is a different stage. Whereas Samusia, you can see it's another day at the office.
I think it's his sixth title defense, might be. And he has pulled out, that's in 6 matches already. This will be 7th on East vs. West. If I'm correct, people will know. But it's impressive. And opponent is very dangerous, and he knows it's dangerous. And it's complete opposite of what he was preparing for, right? He was preparing for that hand control, that someone that
pronation, top roll, all of these things.
Speed was still a weapon of Engin and Tzuyev. They both
I think Tzuyev significantly quicker. Tzuyev is lightning fast.
In different direction.
Probably more comfortable direction, to be fair.
Engin still takes control, and then he goes with it.
Let's talk about size, Ray, because also the other thing with David Samusia, bigger man. I mean, you look at the guys, he's a bigger frame guy. He's a big man at that weight. And we know that he drops to make the weight, whereas Abdulmanov walk in here with a cheeseburger and would make the weight. No problem, He's only 24 years of age. He doesn't have that experience, but the experience that he does have at the WAF World Championships, pulling against a field of absolute monsters, we know he's brutally effective. This guy finishes matches quickly. Super, super exciting match. Summary, who do you think wins? Who have you got? Does the title be retained or change hands?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a new champion, but it's hard to bet against Samusia. it's so hard to bet against him. He's so good, and again, underrated. People talk about technique and everything. There's technique. There's this will not to give up. There's will to fight.
Yep.
And he has all those qualities, and this is why he's the champ.
Now, mate, let's go from the welterweight division into the ladies section, and what a match we have here.
Yeah.
These guys have met before. Very long time, I think 8 to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Sarah Backman. She's back. She looks as big and as well prepared as I've ever seen her.
Oh, definitely.
Really impressive physical specimen.
Yeah.
She'll need to be, because the girl she faces, Egle Vetkute, is beyond belief in terms of the pedigree, the structure of this girl. I was out, we had something to eat with her earlier today, and you cannot stop looking across the table at the hand, the wrist, the structure. This girl is put together like no one else at the weight.
Yeah, she moves so fast that I saw her sitting in a restaurant there, and then she was right beside me, real fast.
It's pretty damn quick.
Pretty
She's
damn
probably
quick.
trying to duck through the lightning bolts that were firing down around.
Yes.
For anybody who thinks we're kidding,
Yeah,
really, we're not kidding.
It's crazy storm outside, so we hope there will not be big interruptions with the stream. But
That
if
is a
there's-
good point.
Yeah, big, because we are expecting something, because the weather, messes with satellite truck and things like that. We hope it's going to be the best experience possible, and they have contingency plans for all of it. We'll see. But Egle and Sarah, Egle has been the boogeyman at top of the female arm wrestling, and I guarantee you she at one point got bored. She was so dominant that she got bored. And when she kind of left, Barbora rose to the top. Taking your foot off the gas pedal, it's hard to come back and jump in that pool. Maybe you're not who you used to be. Maybe the motivation isn't there. Maybe, maybe. But she said she changed everything after Gabi's match, trained real hard, and is here to show that she deserves another shot at Gabi or Barbora. On the other hand, Sarah,
Super professional.
super professional. I think she fixed her mindset where she was kind of afraid of losing, and now she's afraid of not competing.
She's come here as the hunter.
Yes.
There's a look in her
Yes.
eyes like she's come here to try and make a statement.
Yeah.
The last time out, she ran Gabi close.
And I believe she will make a statement.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be easy, but I'm kind of a little bit going to Sarah, just because I think she's more hungrier. She's getting bigger, and while Egle is getting smaller. So
Now, we got to go to the big boy. There are so many matches on this card that we want to cover in more detail, but we simply don't have the time. And we
Big
got to
boys.
focus on the big boys. Now,
brothers from different mothers.
undercard, mega match.
Yeah.
Zaura Parzulayev, the mystical beast who dominated, two-time winner of the AMC. He's here. He looks very ready. There was a lot of questions last time out. He was quickly back from the bicep tear. Says he's in 100% form here.
92.
92.9997%.
And because he measured.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go. He
yeah.
measured his progress.
He's a great character, speaks very well, very smart, knows exactly how he's training, knows pitfalls of his training, knows the strengths of his training. For him, it's also like just a test. He's like, I never pulled like this.
Yeah, he's
like,
very
super
honest
much.
about that,
Yeah,
wasn't he,
super
yesterday?
honest, yeah.
You know, and he I think there's a deep appreciation of the level of threat represented by Georgi Svetkov. Svetkov, supreme top roller. This is a bit, and they've met before. These guys have met before.
Yeah.
Georgi with the win.
Yes.
Very, very interesting for everybody watching. That was not us. That was
someone else.
That was somewhere else.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And
I just wanted to let everybody know.
There's a little bit more stakes on this one because winner
I'm still trying to recover from that.
gets
That threw me a little bit, not going to lie.
winner gets
Carry on.
all expenses paid trip to Dubai to face Devon Larratt.
It's all going off here.
Yeah, we're still setting up the stage, and clearly Neil farted.
It was him. It was him. It was him. I freaking... He threw me that he did that because it was near my head. It was.
You felt the wind.
It was. It
You're
was like the storm had come
casting-
inside for a minute. It was near my head. That.
Oh my god!
Let's try and ignore that. That was hard to Get over.
So East vs West 10. Don't forget to get the pay-per-view. We're gonna keep on talking, but don't forget to get the pay-per-view. Link is in the description. Coresports.world. Get it. We're gonna start in like I think 40 minutes or even less.
Yeah.
35
Yeah, we're
minutes.
closing in.
Yeah, we're closing in.
Closing
Very
in.
close. People are starting to, get on
Filter in here now.
Yeah.
And we got it, mate. We're running out of time. It's time to light this thing up. 15 years in the making.
Yeah.
Tonight, Denis Ciplenko, thick shake, returns to East versus West. He looks ready. He does not look intimidated.
No.
He will face No Limits, Devon Larratt, for the world title at East versus West in the super heavyweight division. Oh my God, Rolly Ray, it is on.
East vs West 10. Devon Larratt versus Denis Ciplenko. This time it's personal. And it is.
Really personal.
And it is really personal.
And we learned so much last night from the press conference in terms of where these guys' heads were at.
Yeah.
That has continued. We've seen them past. I've seen them pass today. There's a genuine tension, and there is a genuine mental measuring going on between these guys. They are not avoiding each other's gaze. They're not avoiding the stare.
No.
They're encouraging it.
No.
They're sat there, and it is head on.
I think that we talked about it before, but think that Devon won it, he will get. Denis will fight him.
Yeah.
Denis will absolutely fight him. And I'll be, if the match goes Devon's way, I'll be surprised if Denis quits.
You would be surprised.
I would be surprised.
If he quits or he does not quit.
If he quits.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to quit.
I don't think he's going to quit at all.
I think he's going to give it all, everything he has, everything he has. We can saw at the stare down, the face, the expression on Denis' face.
The eye contact was off the charts.
Yeah.
And tonight, there's so many opportunities for someone to make an incredible statement and put themselves in the firing line as the next man in to face the previously undefeated Mr. Saganashvili.
Yeah.
He has made a bold prediction. I spoke to him earlier today. He's got Devon, and he feels like it could. Yes.
He says easy.
He said it could be a clean sweep.
Yeah.
He feels like there are some genuine problems for Denis in the wrist, and also potentially in a number of key areas of strength, which a lot of people don't think would be the case. If you look at this on paper, many people here around the auditorium in the hotel have stopped a number of the fans who are here. So many have Denis. So many believe that Denis is going to take this. But within the sort of fraternity, within the super heavyweight class, if you speak to the guys who are in the super heavyweight division, many seem to have Devon.
Yeah. It's very interesting where, and it's kind of cut 50-50, right? Depending on who you ask. I love it. I think it's the best part of this because it's unpredictable. We saw the power that Denis had when they met on left arm. People are still having that image when he comes to the stage. I guarantee you this is different Devon Larratt and this different Denis. But might it be different outcome? We will find out. We will find out in less than, let's say, 4 hours, right? Because the event will be be long.
11 matches.
11 matches. 11 freaking amazing matches. I'm so happy to be part of this. People are buying. I would buy tickets. I was going to buy a ticket just to get in, and they said, "Ray, you're working." I'm like,
Listen, I've been around a lot of arm wrestling matches.
Yeah.
And every time
is this the biggest match? I said it, and people told me like, "No, I don't think so."
I don't know, Ray. What it is unique. There is a genuine size is size. It's always the biggest till the next one, and always the biggest till the next one. But I think what this event, what this match encompasses and demonstrates is that there is a really unique flavor, a really unique feeling. And I think for the two main event athletes specifically, they really see this as a critical, legacy-defining match. They want to win this really bad. Last night at the press conference, Devon Larratt was experiencing some kind of huge adrenaline dump. It was really evident. He was sat right at the side of us, and believe me, the whole athlete was shaking, shimmering, tremoring. And when I spoke to Dev after, he said, "Wow, that was powerful." It's not that he was concerned about the match. He wanted to do it then. As soon as he got close to Dennis, he wanted to just go.
I have had those.
And
I have had those, yeah.
Right there, Dennis was right there. He didn't back up. It was, I'm here, it's on, and these guys can't wait. It's like two pit bulls chained to a tree, and we're about to undo the chains. This thing is on.
I can't wait. It's 15, 16. When I started arm wrestling, this match was already talked about, right? And I was like, okay, who are these guys? And a lot of people got into sport following either one of those guys, right? When Dennis left and he got the health problems, he was this mythical beast, and now he's returning. And, you know, I'm looking at this, and people always ask me, who do you want to win? And I think there's, like, if either of those guys wins, opens a lot of new possibilities for arm wrestling. A lot of big exposure, changes, right? Devin wins. He might reach a new level that we wanted him versus Levin, right? And then it's, again, he settled the score and he won the right arm, and the talks that people had for 2 decades, right, is answered.
Yeah.
If Dennis wins, opens door for him and Levin, which will definitely be bigger than this match. If that match happens and Dennis is on a winning streak, that's the most important thing.
You know what? I would like to see that match anyway.
Of course.
If you're in Dennis's camp, and he comes back and he makes this a battle, he's got to look at this and think, you know what? I've only done 2 matches. This is only my 2nd match since the return after serious injury. He's on that upward trajectory, Ray. There's so many matches here that would excite all the fans of the sport. Dennis and Levin is one of them. What about Gennady? What about Hermes? There's so many exceptional matches out there right now. Massive set movement going on behind Roman. He may die.
Roman, show what's going on there. Just show, yeah.
Look, guys, we're going to wrap up here in just a moment because, as you can see, some essential stuff getting put in. And for health and safety purposes, I'm going to get Rolly off this stage. We are very, very close, ladies and gents, to the start of this historic matchup here in Pendik, Istanbul. We're at the Green Park. We're in a biblical storm, thunder and lightning inside and out. And tonight, it's on. The talk is over. The time is now. Dennis shakes Iplenkov. No limits. Steven Larratt, Canada versus Russia at East versus West 10. Ray, showtime, brother.
Showtime. And where to watch this showtime, link is in description, coresports.world. Buy the pay-per-view or Matt Mass will get you.
Come.